Today's Wednesday, November 8th. Really excited to be here with some news, as well as I want to talk about Parent Plus loans specifically today, about public service loan forgiveness for Parent Plus loans, as well as the possibility of double consolidation that's available until July of 2025. So that's what today's educational topic's about. I want to quickly and briefly thank the subscribers of our channel, as well as the majority of people, 97% are watching these videos are not subscribed. So if you could do me a favor, hit the subscribe, help hit the like button. That would greatly help us in sharing our content to others who really need it, as well as please do share if you find others who need it. Okay, so now let's dive into some of the news, and then I will go into the Parent Plus loans. So first and foremost, at the end of October, I know in a few videos ago, I talked about this committee that they formed to create rules around how to help borrowers more robustly. And the Department of Ed, the Department of Ed and the Biden-Harris administration came out with a press release talking about their proposal to provide $127 million in relief to about 4 million borrowers. And these borrowers are those that have balances that are higher than what they originally borrowed, who have been in repayment for more than 25 years. That's why here at LoanSense, we always ask servicers on behalf of borrowers when we work with you to, we provide a payment count letter to make sure that you know how many payments you've made, because so many people come to us and like, I've been paying forever. And we ask, how many payments have you made? And people have no idea, right? So it's really important to know how many payments you've made, because according to these rules, if you are in an income-driven plan, especially at the maximum of 25 years, you shouldn't be paying any longer. So there's people that come to us that have been paying basically almost 20 years and have no idea when they're supposed to stop paying. So it's really important that you understand that for yourself. And now there's some administration work here to help people who have been paying for more than 25 years finally get the remaining discharged. Okay. Those who took out loans for career training programs who do not have sufficient earnings to pay back the loans, and they come from institutions with high default rates like for-profit colleges. So essentially the administration is taking the bar defense one step further and providing relief automatically. And of course, also looking at groups of people who are supposed to have had their loans discharged and just never applied. So there's going to be some funds for those individuals as well. That's why I think it's so important to stay on top and be informed, as well as get the right advice and take the right actions with your student loans, because there are plenty of opportunities to get your loans forgiven through hardship, especially through hardship, but of course through public service loan forgiveness and through normal loan forgiveness. So exploring those options is really critical. You can in fact get a free plan, much more accurate than studentaid.gov estimator. When I say much more accurate, I say we actually give a recommendation across every type of student loan, including Parent Plus loans, which I'm about to talk about shortly, as well as we provide pretty robust information if you are going to close in a house and do various things like that with larger financial goals. So we're here to support you in that. You can get a free plan, myloansense.com. Get an absolutely free plan to get started, and you could compare it against what studentaid.gov says. We project numbers slightly differently than studentaid.gov based on the hundreds of millions of dollars of advising and filing we have helped borrowers do in terms of projected growth of income, as well in total repayment. Okay, so I hope that's understandable. The news, let me just say, let's see if there's anything. The session that happened with this outside group, November 6th and 7th, that happened. And there's 16 different individuals informing the best process to help these 4 groups that I talked about earlier. The ones with outstanding debt, have been paying longer than 25 years, gone to colleges that do not give sufficient earnings, and then, of course, should qualify for forgiveness and just have not qualified. Excuse me, have not is not a word. And so, yeah, the debt relief that has been provided has been through temporary expanded public service loan forgiveness, has also been through the IDR waiver program. And the IDR waiver program deadline to consolidate and not start your payments at zero expires literally December 31st, 2023. Please do take advantage of that, because you can get up to 3 years of non-consecutive non-payments counted towards as payments towards loan forgiveness. So again, do not forget December 31st, the IDR waiver program. If you do not understand how to apply, how that's applicable to you, again, myloansense.com, get started. Schedule a session with one of our advisors. We will make sure you understand it, understand how many more payments you need to make, and how we can help you through this process, because it is challenging. And it's not just about filing a piece of paper, but it's about understanding your holistic repayment, your financial goals, and how do we work this together to help you achieve your goals, as well as better manage your student loans. So with repayment starting, if there's any stress, we're here. Now let's talk about the Parent Plus loan side. The thing about Parent Plus loans, right, is they don't qualify for as generous of relief and subsidy as graduates themselves, particular undergrads, with the SAVE program rolling out not even 10% of the discretionary, but undergrads paying as low as 5%, and a family of four essentially being able to earn up to $67,000 without paying a dime. It's pretty generous. So how Parent Plus loans can access these generous programs is, number one, learn who is your employer and is it public service qualified. That's really, really important. That can even include if you're a private contractor for a public service institution, especially in states like California and Texas, where they just contract privately. We've helped many, many individuals get access to loan forgiveness, even though they're privately contracted. That's number one. So understand who your employer is. Do you qualify for forgiveness? Number two is there's what's called a double consolidation possibility. The first time you consolidate, you need, of course, enough loans to do a double consolidation. So you can't just have one loan, because then you can't do two consolidations, right? You need at least 3 to 4 loans. We have done it with as low as 3 loans. But essentially what you do is you consolidate the first time to get access to any type of public service loan forgiveness program, right? You consolidate them once. These loans we enroll into what's called income contingency repayment, which is meant for Parent Plus loans. And then we could do a second consolidation and enroll those loans into the SAVE program, which has more generous repayment parameters. And what that means is pay lower amount instead of 20% of the discretionary income formula. By the way, if you want to learn more about the discretionary income formula, I'm going to post it above on what is discretionary income and how to calculate it. I will link that video as we go through that as well, and why SAVE is so beneficial in addressing the improvements to discretionary income, like raising the federal poverty. But that is a whole nother video I'll let you watch so you can understand that. But essentially, by doing the second consolidation for the Parent Plus loans, accessing SAVE significantly reduces half, or sometimes lower than half, the monthly payment for parents. And again, getting you, especially with this income-driven repayment waiver program that goes until the end of December, getting access to what's called the extra payments that we did not make these 3 years, 3.5 years of non-payment, plus an additional up to 1 year of consecutive, or up to 3 years of non-consecutive payments, all counted towards loan forgiveness. It's really critical to start to do the consolidation ahead of December 31st of 2023 to get that process started. So if there are any questions about Parent Plus loans, about double consolidation, about eligibility, another warning I want to give people is, like, they'll have, of course, 2 parents. One parent will actually work for a school system or hospital or something. And there's like cases where the other parent has been like a stay-at-home parent for a lot of their career. They don't earn that much money, but they happen to be the person available to sign all the documents. So all the Parent Plus loans end up in the primary, like the caretaker / like stay-at-home parent's name. And if it ended up in the other parent's name, they could have qualified for loan forgiveness. And I'll say this because it's super critical. A lot of parents who are borrowing loans, it's at times when they're nearing retirement, and their earning power is starting to lessen as they prepare for retirement. And maybe even if it doesn't lessen, obviously when somebody retires, they don't have as much income as when they worked. So it's really important to, I would say, even get advice before borrowing loans, but understanding what the payment impact and the program eligibility is if one parent borrows versus the other. So if one parent borrowed and they work for a public service institution like hospital, government, they could get the loans forgiven, and the other parent doesn't, then it's more advantageous for the parent who doesn't work. Another thing is we'll see parents divorce, and then the parent who earns way less and has way less economic power is now stuck paying the loans rather than the parent with more economic earning power, right? So I share this because it's not just preparation for repayment, but it's preparation, I'd say better preparation for borrowing as well, right? Let me know if this information's been helpful. You can comment below. If you're a parent with Parent Plus loans, let me know. If you have undergrad, grad, and Parent Plus loans, we can help you in that scenario as well. If you're just thinking about borrowing, we don't focus our advising on that, but if there's any of this insight that could be helpful, we're happy to give it. Comment, like, subscribe, and we will talk to you next week.